Is yogurt really the health food we think it is? Let's be honest, we see those tubs with fresh fruit and sunny fields on the label, and we automatically think, this is good for me, it's creamy, it's easy, and it feels like a smart choice. But what if I told you that many of the most popular yogurts in the grocery store are actually closer to dessert than a healthy snack? This is a truth that many people, especially older adults, really need to hear. A lot of yogurts are packed with hidden sugars, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and even extra sodium. It's shocking, but a single serving of some brands can contain 20 to 25 grams of added sugar. To put that in perspective, that's about the same amount of sugar you'd find in a candy bar. So that heart-friendly snack you're eating, it might be putting unnecessary strain on your pancreas, kidneys, and your entire cardiovascular system. Now this becomes even more critical for older adults, particularly those who are managing conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes with medication. Think about it. When you eat a yogurt loaded with sugar, it can cause your blood glucose to spike suddenly. This forces your diabetes medication to work overtime just to stabilize your levels. Or what about that light yogurt? It might have less fat, but it could be loaded with hidden sodium, which can tell to raise your blood pressure, counteracting the very medicine you're taking to control it. It's a frustrating cycle where your food is working against your health efforts. But the risks don't stop with sugar and salt. There's another danger that often goes unnoticed: product recalls and contamination. In recent years, several major yogurt brands have been recalled by the FDA for issues like bacterial contamination or incorrect labeling. For a young, healthy person, this might lead to a simple stomachache. But for someone in their 70s, maybe with a weaker immune system or on specific heart medications, that same contamination could lead to a serious infection and even hospitalization. It's a risk we can't afford to ignore. So, what's the takeaway here? It's not that you have to give up yogurt entirely. It can absolutely be part of a healthy diet. The key is to become a smarter shopper. Instead of just grabbing the most colorful container, take a moment to read the nutrition label. Look for plain, unsweetened yogurt, like Greek yogurt, which is higher in protein and has little to no added sugar. You can always add your own fresh fruit, a sprinkle of nuts, or a tiny drizzle of honey for flavor. You are in control. Your health is your most valuable asset, and it deserves transparency. It is time we start looking beyond the clever marketing and really understand what we're putting into our bodies. Sometimes, the most powerful step you can take for your health is simply reading the fine print. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on living a healthier life. See you in the next one. Did you know your healthy breakfast could be secretly sabotaging your health? Today, we're uncovering the 3 biggest yogurt traps that many people, especially seniors, fall for every single day. Let's start with the most common one: hidden sugar. You grab a cup of yogurt, maybe it's labeled low-fat or fruit on the bottom. It looks harmless, right? The packaging might even boast about being heart-healthy. But here's the shocker: many of these yogurts pack as much sugar as a candy bar. We're talking 20 to 25 grams of added sugar per serving. That's like dumping 5 or 6 teaspoons of sugar right into your breakfast. For younger folks, that might not sound like a huge deal. But for seniors, this sugar rush can trigger a dangerous chain reaction. Your blood sugar spikes, forcing your pancreas to work overtime. Over time, this roller coaster can lead to insulin resistance, making it harder to manage conditions like diabetes, and leaving you feeling tired and inflamed. And it gets worse. For those on diabetes or heart medications, all that sugar can actually interfere with how your body absorbs those drugs, making them less effective. On top of that, some of these light yogurts hide up to 300 milligrams of sodium, quietly pushing up your blood pressure. It's a marketing trick. When they take out the fat, they pump in sugar and salt to make it taste good. Here's the simple fix: switch to plain unsweetened Greek yogurt. You can add your own natural sweetness with a handful of berries or a small drizzle of honey. This way, you're in control, not the food company. Always check the label. If sugar is one of the first 3 ingredients, it's time to find a better option. Now, let's move on to trap number 2, the zero sugar illusion. These yogurts, labeled light or low calorie, seem like the perfect solution. No sugar, no fat. What could possibly go wrong? Well, zero sugar often just means full of chemicals. These products replace sugar with artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose. While they taste sweet, they can seriously confuse your body. Medical studies have linked heavy use of these sweeteners to headaches, blood sugar swings, and strain on your kidneys. For older adults whose metabolism is already slower, this is a real concern. Your glucose monitor might look fine, but your internal systems are working overtime to process these synthetic ingredients. Have you ever noticed that weird, chalky texture or metallic aftertaste in some zero-sugar yogurts? That's your body telling you something isn't right. It tastes like it was made in a lab because, well, it was. And here is the irony. Research suggests that people who consume artificial sweeteners often end up craving more sweets later, which can lead to weight gain. The solution? Again, stick to what's real. Choose plain, unsweetened yogurt and add natural flavors yourself. A pinch of cinnamon or a few fresh berries provides nutrients, not chemical confusion. Remember, zero sugar doesn't mean zero risk. Finally, let's talk about the most deceptive yogurt of all, the Fruitendau bottom cup. It looks so innocent with its creamy top and colorful fruit layer. But that fruit is often just a sugary guar mix of high-fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, and preservatives. A single small cup can have up to 30 grams of sugar, which can cause dizziness, fatigue, and a nasty blood sugar crash later. Plus, the preservatives used in these fruit mixtures, like potassium sorbate, can interfere with how your liver processes medication, potentially making your heart or blood pressure drugs less effective. I had a 72-year-old patient who switched from cookies to these yogurts, thinking she was making a healthy choice. Within weeks, her fasting blood sugar shot up by 20 points. Once she switched to plain yogurt with real berries, her numbers stabilized. It's a classic case of deceptive marketing. The label might say made with real fruit, but it doesn't tell you about all the sugar and syrup that came with it. If you love fruity yogurt, just make your own. Mix plain yogurt with fresh or frozen berries. You'll get fiber and antioxidants, not a sugar bomb in disguise. The rule is simple. If your yogurt looks like dessert, your body will treat it like one. So next time you're at the grocery store, be a smart shopper. Read the labels, choose plain and simple, and add your own healthy, delicious toppings. Your body will thank you for it. Next up, another sneaky culprit, light or low-fat yogurts. They promise health, but quietly overload your system with chemicals. See, when manufacturers remove fat from yogurt, they also remove its natural creaminess and flavor. To make up for that loss, they add artificial flavors, stabilizers, and sweeteners to make it taste rich again. What you end up with isn't a lighter snack. It's a chemical cocktail disguised as wellness. One popular light yogurt brand in the US advertises itself as having only 80 calories per cup. But look at the ingredient list: aspartame, asulfame, potassium, modified cornstarch, and artificial fruit flavor. Those ingredients don't sound like they came from a farm. They sound like they came from a lab. And here is the hidden danger. Many of these additives just pass through your body harmlessly. They can affect how medications are absorbed and metabolized. For example, artificial sweeteners may alter your gut microbiome, the very bacteria that help process food, and drugs potentially changing how effective your blood pressure or diabetes medicine is. And the irony: many seniors who switch to light yogurts do it to lose weight or protect their hearts. Yet studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that people who consume artificially sweetened light products often gain more weight over time. Why? Because these additives trick the brain into craving more sweets later in the day. The sensory giveaway is also clear. Take a spoonful of a light yogurt, and you'll notice it's thin, overly sweet, with a metallic or chalky aftertaste. That's your body's signal that this isn't real food. A safer approach: instead of buying light, go for plain, full-fat Greek yogurt in small portions. The healthy fats in natural yogurt actually help you feel fuller, stabilize blood sugar, and support hormone balance, all especially important for older adults. Remember, light doesn't always mean right. Now for one that surprises almost everyone: yogurts that secretly pack in sodium and preservatives. Most people don't think of yogurt as salty, but many popular flavored brands contain 150 to 200 milligrams of sodium per serving, and sometimes even more. That may not sound like much, but for seniors who already get sodium from bread, soup, or canned foods, it adds up quickly and can quietly raise blood pressure. Why does yogurt even need salt? Simple: preservation and flavor control. Manufacturers use sodium compounds like sodium citrate and sodium phosphate to keep yogurt shelf-stable and enhance sweetness. The problem is, these additives can interfere with blood pressure medications, increase fluid retention, and place extra stress on the kidneys. Let me give you a real-world example. A 68-year-old patient of mine loved her daily blueberry-flavored yogurt. She thought it was a heart-healthy choice. But after reviewing her diet log, we discovered her yogurt alone contributed nearly 400 milligrams of sodium and 20 grams of sugar per day. Her blood pressure readings were creeping upward, despite her taking her medication regularly. Once she switched to plain yogurt with real fruit, her numbers stabilized within a month. That's how deceptive marketing can be. The label says healthy or probiotic, but it hides the sodium load in the fine print. You might also find preservatives like potassium sorbate. These extend shelf life, but can irritate the stomach and undermine the very probiotic benefits you're looking for. The rule of thumb: if your yogurt can last a month in the fridge, it's not as natural as you think. Real yogurt spoils, and that's a good thing. Let's talk about high-protein yogurts. They are becoming extremely popular, especially with older adults looking to maintain muscle and strength. The packaging looks convincing, with bold words like protein power or strength in every spoon. But here's what they don't advertise. Many of these so-called protein-packed yogurts are loaded with sodium and artificial thickeners that can actually raise your blood pressure. To create that thick, dense texture, manufacturers often add sodium caseinate and modified starches. A single serving can contain up to 250 milligrams of sodium. For someone managing hypertension, that's like adding salt straight into your dessert. Even the plain versions aren't always what they seem. Brands use processed milk concentrates to boost protein, which also raises phosphorus levels. For older adults with kidney issues, this combination of high protein, high phosphorus, and added sodium can put a lot of stress on the kidneys. And then there's the psychological trap. When people see high protein, they assume it's automatically healthy and might eat larger portions. We call this the health halo effect, when marketing tricks you into thinking a food is better than it really is. If you want more protein from your yogurt, just go for unsweetened Greek or Icelandic varieties, the kind with simple ingredients, milk and live cultures. Add your own natural protein sources like nuts or seeds to your bowl instead of relying on processed claims. Remember, your body recognizes real food, not marketing slogans. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving into the dairy aisle to talk about something many of us consider a health food staple: yogurt. It's often recommended, especially for older adults, for its calcium and probiotics. But what if I told you that some of the most popular yogurts on the shelf are hiding secrets that could be quietly harming your health? Let's uncover the 3 types of yogurt you should probably think twice about buying. First up, the word that feels like a guarantee of safety: organic. When we see that label, we think pure, clean, and free from chemicals. But here's a hard truth. The organic label can sometimes be a marketing shield. Some brands use it while packing their products with high amounts of sugar, stabilizers, and other additives that just barely meet the minimum standards for organic certification. You might be shocked to learn that several organic fruit yogurts in major supermarkets contain 18 to 22 grams of sugar per serving. That's almost as much as a slice of cake. And yes, it might be organic cane sugar or organic fruit concentrate, but to your body, and especially for anyone managing diabetes, sugar is sugar. It has the same impact on your blood glucose. Even worse, the organic label doesn't guarantee protection from contamination. The FDA has flagged some organic brands for issues like listeria, a bacteria that can be very dangerous for older adults. I had a patient, an 80-year-old retired teacher, who only bought a premium organic yogurt. She developed stomach cramps and fatigue, and we later discovered it was due to a contaminated batch that had been recalled. The label didn't protect her. Poor handling did the damage. So, instead of just trusting the word organic, look for yogurts with short ingredient lists, ideally just milk and live cultures, and always check the expiration date. Next on our list are the zero-sugar yogurts. They sound like a dream come true, right? Especially if you're watching your blood sugar or weight. But these are often loaded with artificial sweeteners like sucralose, aspartame, or sugar alcohols like erythritol. While they don't have calories, they are far from consequence-free. Studies have shown these sweeteners can actually confuse your body's insulin response. leading to unexpected blood sugar spikes and crashes. For seniors, this can cause dizziness or fatigue, symptoms easily mistaken for medication side effects. And let's talk about digestion. Sugar alcohols are notorious for causing bloating, gas, and diarrhea, particularly in more sensitive digestive systems. Even more concerning, recent research has linked high levels of erythritol in the blood to an increased risk of blood clots and stroke. A 69-year-old patient of mine switched to a zero-sugar yogurt and soon experienced irregular glucose readings and stomach issues. The culprit, the mix of artificial sweeteners. Once he returned to plain yogurt with a few fresh berries, his symptoms vanished. The lesson here is that zero sugar doesn't mean zero impact. It's far safer to choose plain, unsweetened yogurt and add your own natural flavor. Finally, let's talk about the most tempting trap in the dairy aisle: dessert-style yogurts. You know, the ones: key lime pie, strawberry cheesecake, chocolate swirl. The packaging might shout about real fruit or live cultures, but make no mistake, these are desserts, not health foods. One small cup can pack 22 to 28 grams of sugar, often more than a candy bar. They're designed to be addictive, giving you a quick sugar high followed by a crash that leaves you feeling tired and craving more. Beyond the sugar, they often contain saturated fats, artificial colors, and stabilizers to keep them shelf-stable. These fats can raise your bad LDL cholesterol, increasing the risk of heart disease, a direct threat if you're already managing blood pressure or cholesterol. A 72-year-old patient of mine enjoyed a strawberry cheesecake yogurt every night, thinking it was a harmless treat. But over a few months, her long-term blood sugar levels shot up significantly. The only change in her diet, that daily yogurt with 27 grams of sugar. Once she switched to plain Greek yogurt with real strawberries, her numbers returned to normal. So, the bottom line is simple. If it sounds and tastes like a dessert, it is one. Your health deserves better than a cup of sugar disguised as a snack. Opt for plain yogurt and get creative. Add your own fruit, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a tiny drizzle of honey. That way, you control the ingredients, and you nourish your body with something truly beneficial. Thanks for watching today. I hope this helps you make healthier choices on your next grocery run. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living a healthier life. Navigating the yogurt aisle can feel like a minefield, with so many brands making big health claims. But let's be clear, the goal isn't to ditch yogurt altogether. It's about making smarter choices, especially as our bodies change with age. Let's look at two fantastic brands that consistently stand out for their quality and simplicity. First up is Sigi's Plain Skyr. If you want pure, clean yogurt, this is one of the best you can find. The ingredient list is beautifully short, usually just milk and live active cultures. What's even better, each serving packs around 14 to 15 grams of protein with zero added sugar. This high protein content is crucial for maintaining muscle mass, and with no added sugar, you won't have to worry about those pesky blood sugar spikes. The beauty of Plain Skyr is that you're in control of the flavor. You can add a handful of fresh berries, a small drizzle of honey, or a sprinkle of cinnamon. This way, you decide exactly how much sweetness your body needs. I had a patient, a 74-year-old retired nurse, who used to eat those low-fat flavored yogurts every day. Her blood sugar was a roller coaster. After she switched to Plain Skyr with a bit of fresh fruit, her readings stabilized within a few weeks. She told me she finally had steady energy all morning long. Another excellent choice is Wallaby Organic Greek Yogurt. It's organic, naturally low in sugar, and also rich in protein. What really makes Wallaby special is its clean, mild taste. There are no artificial dyes, no syrupy aftertaste, just real, authentic yogurt flavor. Its texture is creamy without being heavy, making it a perfect partner for some oats or a handful of nuts. And because it's made from organic milk, it often has higher levels of healthy omega-3s south and fewer residues from things like antibiotics or hormones, which is a big win for your heart and overall health. So, what are some practical tips you can use every day? Always start with plain Greek or Skyr yogurt as your base. Then, add your own natural toppings like fresh fruit, cinnamon, or seeds. Instead of buying pre-sweetened versions, get in the habit of reading the label. Aim for 8 to 10 grams or less of added sugar per serving, and try to avoid flavored yogurts with 120 milligrams or more of sodium. Also, be mindful of artificial sweeteners, especially if you have kidney or digestive sensitivities. Remember, Even organic brands can have recalls. It's a good idea to check the FDA recall list once a month. It only takes a minute and could save you from getting sick. Finally, balance your yogurt with fiber and protein. Adding fruit, oats, or nuts will help keep your blood sugar steady and your energy consistent. The bottom line is simple. Yogurt can be a wonderful ally for your gut, heart, and muscles, as long as you know what's in your cup. You don't have to give up the foods you love. You just have to make them love you back. If there's one truth I want you to remember, it's this: the smallest daily choices often shape your long-term health the most. It's not about grand, dramatic changes. It's the quiet habits that define our future. For many people I've worked with, yogurt seemed completely harmless, even healthy. It was their go-to light breakfast or gut-friendly snack. But when we took a closer look at the labels, the story changed. What they thought was a healthy choice was often a cup loaded with added sugar, sodium, and chemicals, quietly working against their metabolism and even their medications. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. Small, consistent improvements can turn everything around. Imagine this: switching from a flavored yogurt to plain Greek yogurt, trading processed snacks for a piece of real juicy fruit, replacing sugary drinks with refreshing water. These aren't sacrifices. Think of them as investments in your independence, your energy, and the vibrant person you want to be in the future. Every single bite you take is a message to your body. When you feed it real, unprocessed food that's high in nutrients and low in chemicals, your body responds beautifully. Your heart beats a little easier, your blood pressure can stay steadier, and your mind feels clearer. It's a powerful cycle. Now, let's be clear. The goal here is not perfection. You don't have to eat perfectly clean every single meal. That's unrealistic and stressful. The goal is simply to be more mindful. So, how do you start? It's easy. Start small. This week, try replacing just one flavored yogurt a day with a plain Greek or Skya yogurt. Top it with some fresh berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon for natural sweetness. When you're at the store, make it a habit to read labels. Look for yogurts with less than 8 to 10 grams of added sugar and sodium below 120 milligrams per serving. Here's another quick tip. Check the FDA's recall list once a month. It takes less than 2 minutes online, but can protect you from dangerous contamination you'd otherwise never know about. And most importantly, share what you learn. When one person in a family starts eating better, it creates a ripple effect, inspiring everyone to make healthier choices. I create these videos not to scare you, but to guide you with honesty, care, and science. Aging well isn't just about luck or good genes. It's about wisdom and having the courage to make better choices, one small step at a time, every single day. Your best years truly are still ahead of you. If this video helped you see your food choices a little differently, please take a moment to like it, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share it with a loved one. Stay curious, stay strong, and as always, take care of yourself.